All right. Here we go. Good evening and welcome to the special edition of Showtime TV Arts and Culture Edition. I'm your host, Omar Rashada. This evening, I have a very special guest. He's no stranger to the community. Everyone knows him as an awesome martial artist and the community activist. We have Paul Berry. Paul, good evening. And thank you for being a guest on Showtime TV.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about this for a good minute. I want to start off with those who may not know, how did you get started off with the martial arts? How long you been into it and what got you involved?
Around about 35 years.
Okay. So how'd you get started? Did you just go to a dojo one day and say, hey, I want to join, or?
Yeah, basically. I walked into the style that I do now is Muay Thai and Western boxing, and I've been doing Muay Thai for 30 years, along with Western boxing, and that's kind of what I did. I walked into a business that was selling martial arts merchandise, and I heard in the back room, boom, 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 boom. Walked back there, met Mikhail. Mikhail just showed me some things, and he told me come back Monday. Right. And start training, and I came back that same day and then was with him up to the day he passed.
Wow, that is awesome. Now, when you look at martial arts, there's so many different styles. You got Muay Thai, Goju, Shotokan, Kung Fu, Karate. What made you decide to do Muay Thai?
If I look at what is the best weapons from each style, the best hands in any martial arts system is boxing. The best kicks from any martial arts is Muay Thai. The best knees is from Muay Thai. The best elbows from Muay Thai. Why go through any extra drama? Because one of the reasons why I say that is Muay Thai has been proven in combat for centuries. It's not something that just presto somebody came up with in their imagination and started doing. A lot of the things that we do from the art aspect, not the sport, but the art aspect, is all battlefield ready.
Okay, now who was the founder of Muay Thai?
They're really the best way to put this is there's really no founder. It's just been it's been in the Thai and the Siam culture for almost 2,000 years. But what they have done in the story goes in the 1700s, the Burmese they didn't kidnap, they conquered Thailand, which was Siam at the time, and took everybody prisoners. But one fighter, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name, was taken out and challenged 10 of the 10 top Burmese fighters of the king's personal bodyguard. So on March 17th is National Muay Thai Day, and that's when they celebrate the birth of Muay Thai. I could barely speak English long enough Thai, so I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name. I just tell everybody March 17th is Muay Thai Day.
Right.
And the guy beat the king's best fighters. The king gave him his own little kingdom in Thailand, and the rest is history.
Okay, so you've been in the game for 35 years. So what rank? I mean, in different systems, you have masters, you have professors, supai. So what is your rankings?
I'm actually an Arjan, which means professor.
Okay.
And what has happened now, ever since the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting, and mixed martial arts has come on the scene, and made Muay Thai their striking art. Everybody now is a Muay Thai teacher, and they call it crew. Crew, KU, is the official name of a teacher in Muay Thai. But if you
Okay.
go to Thailand and you take music and you're studying piano from a Thai teacher, he's also a crew. Crew's universal, not like sensei and master and all that, which is significant toward the martial art itself.
Okay, got you. Now you mentioned boxing earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you used to be a professional boxer at one time, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
boxed out of Detroit.
Okay, so what weight class were you in?
Back then, I was 168, super middleweight.
Oh, okay, okay. So how many fights did you have?
I didn't have many, man. I had about maybe
Okay,
7 or 8 pro boxing matches. I didn't fight in the amateurs.
okay.
I couldn't get in the amateur fight, so I went into the pros.
Oh, okay.
And because of my health, I couldn't get a lot of insurances in the fight game, so I had to kind of like sneak into the show.
Oh, okay.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't see me. And there's some other reasons why that I'm not a real popular guy because of the fact that it's just not my style. I've done a lot of things that I don't want to be. I don't want to be known in certain places.
Okay, got you,
And we
got you.
leave it at that.
All right, now you're one of the, well, actually, you're the only teacher that I know that does Muay Thai, at least here in Wilmington, Delaware. When did you start teaching? How long ago did you first start teaching? And when you first started teaching, how was it? You know, being a student in the back of the class to being one in the front of the class and leading the class.
I'm always a student. No matter what I try to teach to other people, by teaching other people, man, I was able to see my techniques better.
Oh, okay.
The one thing that makes Muay Thai particularly different than karate and Shotokan and Goju and Kung Fu, it's an individual art. It's like boxing. When you got people in a boxing class and everybody's trying to do the same thing, they all just, they're just, I don't know. When you get with a trainer and you start learning how to put the combinations together, you learn how to jab, you learn how to cross, you learn how to pivot. It's the same thing in Muay Thai. A trainer will take you through the steps and teach you what works for you to become a better fighter.
Okay.
And then as we started to come from that aspect as a teacher, my job as a teacher is to have the knowledge to make make what works for you as the
Right.
person. I can teach a class the same thing, but it's not going to work for everybody.
Okay. So let me ask you, there are many teachers in the martial arts, whether in Wilmington, Philadelphia, New York, Detroit, everywhere. So I always want to ask a teacher, what are the qualities that a teacher should have? I mean, for example, I asked this question before to a different martial artist, and this response was one who wants to teach, but I think it's more than that. I would think that you have to be committed. You have to, be like a mentor to your students. It's just more than wanting to teach to me. I mean, from my point of view, what's your response?
A real true teacher is a jack of all trades to his students. He's
Mm-hmm.
the judge, the jury, the mom, the dad, the comforter, the foot in the behind. He's the mentor. He's all of it because of the simple fact, once you become responsible, you have responsibilities. If you're going to play in the game and really want to take this to heart, there's things that you have to be committed to. You have to have honor. One of the things that I see happening now, everybody's about a paycheck.
Mm,
Everybody wants to treat their students as cash cows and be done with it. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening in my art, particularly, is that since the UFC has made it popular, everybody and their mama now want to teach Muay Thai. And actually, there's another instructor in northern Delaware who
okay.
happened to be one of my students that went to another teacher to get certified. And we're the only two instructors in well, to be honest, we're the only two instructors in Delaware, period.
Right,
There's a
right.
lot of people who claim to be instructors because
Uh-huh.
they hold pads and they walk around and think they know how to do a kick. And oh man, it's all garbage.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful.
Right, right.
Because when you really learn the art, even myself, man, I still, man, after 30 years, I still talk to my teachers in England. I talk to my teachers in Thailand. I got teachers, you know, I learned Krabi Kabang, which is, you know, the Thai martial art weapon system from Thailand. Muay Thai, which is like another branch off of Muay Thai. It's all part of the same family, but there's different branches. There's different ways. Like a lot of people don't know, man. There's three different fighting levels to Muay Thai. You got the tall, you got the medium, and then you got one that like, you know, you're almost equal to the ground. People
Right.
don't know that because they only know the sport. They
Okay.
only know the sport. And so that's where we get into where, as an instructor in Delaware, actually in Delaware Valley, I'm the only Krabi Kabong instructor. I'm the only dude that certified to teach Chaya boxing. There may be a couple other people who teach Muay Baran, but I do it for a living. Where it's like, you know, I'm more into snap, crackle, pop, and let's get it over and go home.
Right, right.
You know, my other guy, the other teacher here in Delaware, is a really great coach, man. He's a good teacher. He's really in depth, but a lot of stuff that he's geared to
Mm.
is the ring.
Okay.
You know, and I know because I taught him.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, you know, when we look at it, and when you look at people trying to, and all it is about money. Every MMA school now, jiu-jitsu school, gotta have a Muay Thai instructor. And they're not Muay Thai instructors. Just because you go see somebody and they pat you on the back, don't mean you know stuff. It's like a lot of people knew Bruce Lee, but Bruce Lee didn't know a lot of people. And that's what Muay Thai is, man. There's a lot of people who knew Muay Thai, but Muay Thai don't know a lot of people.
Right, right. So let me ask you a follow-up question to that. What do you expect from your students? Because people can come to you and say, Paul, I want you to be a teacher, but you know, I'm assuming you want your students to be committed, be on time for class, be well
You know,
disciplined.
in all honesty, that would be like, yeah, that would be great. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not like that.
Okay.
Why? Because of the fact that, you know, my heart is an open. It's open because some people are just dumb. They don't know how to follow directions. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? But I knew when it was time to fight, I came to fight. This is what I had to do, and I did it. And then I came and seen my teachers. Um, because a lot of people, I never charged a lot of money to teach, so a lot
Right.
of people didn't take me serious. But I
Okay.
was the guy who brought Muay Thai to Delaware. I was the only professional for a long time that was lived in Delaware, and nobody else up to maybe 2008, 2009 wanted to even do Muay Thai because it's rough. It's not for the weak-hearted.
Right.
And it's like and it takes time, and I'm not, and the other reason why I look at what you're saying about commitment and showing up on time, as a boxing coach, Western boxing coach, as well as a Muay Thai teacher, I don't play stupid games. I get up in your behind. I
Mhm.
want you to be better than me. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I've been
Right.
to the big leagues. I put belts around my stomach. Been there, done that. So I want you to go above and beyond me. And that's
Right.
how my teachers treated me. I will give you everything and all. And if I don't know something, if I don't know everything about the Thai martial arts, I'll
Right.
go get you the answer.
Right.
And that's the thing that everybody wants to seem to be the big shot. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. And to be honest with you, that's one of the problems that I've had in Delaware. Delaware is a fad state. Whatever the fad is, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. And you know what I mean?
Right.
I can come home at night without worrying about it. My daughter can come home at night without worrying about it. Don't know, don't care.
Right.
You know, and that kind of attitude is like the reason I may never have been successful yet as a camp owner for a profit, because of the fact I don't think like that. I want to give my students and I want to give my fighters an opportunity to learn, and then like one of the things that I have recently found out, I train you as a person. I can teach a class, but I need to make sure the fundamentals of my students are done correctly.
Right.
And there's a lot of people who just pat you on the back, say good job, and throw you out the door. I'll be like, look, I'm sorry, my heart's not in it if it's all about that. I want to see you do it right. So it may take you 3 months to learn how to throw a punch. And if you don't have the patience and the tolerance to deal with me, screw you, there's the door. And you know, and I mean, it's bad business, but the ones who stick around know the game.
Right. You know, Paul, you and I met maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer. And when I first met you, your dojo, your school was on Concord Avenue. And you and I had private conversations, said that you want to go in the heart of the hood, the Concord Avenues. You mentioned you want to go to West Center City area. You want to go to East Side. You want to go to Riverside. I mean, why is it so important for you to want to teach your schools in the inner city? Because most people will run from those places.
I'm from Detroit, man, dude. I really don't care. People don't bother me. You know, and the other part is I look like an ogre, so they don't want to screw with it anyway. You know, but the reason why is it's not that I purposely look at going in them areas. I look at the fact that I wanted to go to an area where a lot of the younger people are at a disadvantage. It doesn't matter whether I was in the backyards of Newport or Newcastle or Concord Avenue. It was the fact these are the kids that get left behind. You know, I grew up where I wasn't poor enough to be on special projects and didn't have enough money to be able to compete with the rest of the kids. So I kind of got left behind. And I see that it's something that's to my heart. And it's like I want to see young people be able to give an opportunity. Like I just started teaching on 7th and West tonight.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, tonight I brought one of my other kids that I've been training for a couple of weeks, brought him out there, and by the first maybe 5 minutes into doing pad work, I had 5 new kids besides the kids that I brought.
Wow.
And that tells you these kids want to do something besides basketball, besides the BS what's given to them because that's all they're willing to accept. You know what I mean? And the parents came and I sat there and I talked to them. I said, look, it's $40 a month, twice a week. We get the party started. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. We'll just write something off and you can get a scholarship. And because teaching is more important to me, because like, you know, let's talk about Concord for a second and what happened on Concord, right? We started off on Concord and we came in there and we just renovated the place. We had a dojo in the middle of the shopping center, had the office area really nice for the kids and stuff like that. And we had about maybe 18, 19 kids for almost 2 years, the same kids. Some new ones would come, some would leave, blah, 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 and all that other stuff. But the core kids were the same. You know, and we were able to take juvenile crime down for the 2 years that we were there because we had all the crazy kids in there with us. And that's perfectly fine with me. My job is to make sure they don't touch each other, they don't kiss, they don't do no, you know, the hanky-panky, all the other stuff. We fed them. We made sure that they were in school, they were doing their homework, they were learning how to have some discipline. They wanted to feel safe. And then maybe a couple weeks ago, one of my other students who works for the Wilmington Police Department and I was sitting up and talking, and we closed down in 2017. In 2021, my core of my kids, maybe about 9 to 10 of my boys that was in my center became the part of the North Pack gang. One's in prison for murder. The other one's got an attempted murder charge in Maryland. They suspect 2 to 3 other ones for some dirt, and I was told 7, 8, including the ones that I just spoke about, all got gun charges. Because we closed down and couldn't make sure that we had somebody there. And that's why when we look at what a martial art instructor is, what a crew is, what a boxing trainer is, when he's working with kids in particular, he has a responsibility that goes beyond the door. See, most of the time when you look at people and how they are as instructors, they're instructors and their teaching ends as soon as you leave outside the door. I'm not like that. My vision for a good Muay Thai camp was to be in a neighborhood that needed more than just coming in at 6 o'clock, leaving at 7 o'clock, and you're my paycheck. Muay Thai camps in Thailand, next to their temples, are the second most important thing to the villages, is because a lot of these kids are orphans. Their parents take them to the camps, because Muay Thai, the sport in Thailand, offers kids a way out of the ghetto. I shouldn't even say the ghetto, out of the rural area. Well, let me finish.
Inner city, yeah.
Let me finish the options they have. They could be a Thai fighter, they could be a monk, they could be a military, they could be police, or they can be a gangster. That's it.
Okay.
And so, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. You go ahead, finish. You good.
And so when I come into these neighborhoods, these are the neighborhoods I grew up in. So I'm used to it. You know, these are the kids that have the potential to be better than what they are if you know how to tap into them.
Right.
And even as a director of New Horizon, I wasn't a normal executive director. Like, you know, the first couple of days we were there, some kids stole some of our dodgeballs, and I went and knocked down the front door and was like, look, you know, your children took some things that didn't belong to them. I'm here to retrieve them. And what was the response was, the mother was like, go get them. And that's that's how the interaction of what a director and a responsibility and a coach should be,
Right.
because of the fact that it's like I went and got the dodgeballs back. I yapped at the kids, smacked them in the back of the head like usual, and they came back the next day. And then I had some other kids that, you know, were just they were just young kids, knocked on their parents' door, and the mom was like, well, they get caught, they get into trouble, they go see the judge, and the judge comes and sends them home. And we wanted to work with these kids. These are the kids that needed the guidance. And we'll get, you know, and I got some personal pet peeve about everything and all the yapping that's going around, that we need more programs. When I was open on Concord Avenue, I opened the door to everybody and anyone that wanted to come in and work with kids. You know how many people we had in 3 years?
What's that?
None.
Wow.
Yap.
It's tough.
I mean, show up. I mean, our councilman Trippy helped out a little bit. You know what I mean? We had some donation coming in. Mark Akins at the time was one of the owners of Horizons. He's the one who helped me put it all financially together. But still, when you're numbered 1 to 18, it's kind of like, you know, okay, we opened the doors, we laid the groundwork down. Now where your ass is at? Everybody. I see too many people want to be in the spotlight, but ain't none of them want to be in the trenches. Right. They all want to be sitting in the commander's office, and ain't none of them know how to get into battles and do anything. Right. And then they all yap, driving around looking pretty. I was at that nonviolent, stop the violence thing where Council Lady Oliver was running, and I'm like, ain't nobody in here really give a shit. You all want to look pretty, you want to speak to the people, but there's no kids here, and the kids that they brought in was from the teen warehouse. Great, but what about the kids that are shooting?
Mm.
Ain't them the one that we trying to reach? And then, nobody wants to hear, what it's gonna take to really do the work. Now, I'm gonna say something that I heard from a third party, and it's probably true because that's the excuse people use, that it costs too much money to fix the problems in the city. No, that's a lot of, to me, that's a straight out lie. It doesn't take money, it takes commitment and passion.
Right. You know, Paul, one of the things that you also want to implement in your martial arts is you want to say Muay Thai against drugs. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, my goal is, after we close down over on Concord Avenue, I wanted to focus more on what I'm good at. I'm good as a teacher. I'm good at working with students to know where they are. The other, going back to one of the qualifications of what makes a good instructor, is
Mm-hmm.
how he understands people. My job as an instructor isn't always necessarily you understanding me understanding you so I can teach you. I can sit in the class and have five different people working and know how to work with all of them at the same time because of the fact I'm able to read them and understand the personality. And that's kind of really what Matt had starting to go off to is I don't want to worry about paying the rent. I don't want to worry about paying the electric bill. I don't want to worry about all these extra drama. I want to be able to sit down in the trenches, work with these kids, find out what the problem is, come up with a solution, and get them from point A to point B. And that's what MAD is really about, that intervention. Give them over to me. Give me the bad kids. Let me deal with them. Because they get smart. I'm 50 years old. It's very unlikely you're going to whip my ass. If you try, it's not going to be child abuse when you got boxing gloves on.
Right, right, right. So, Paul, and your Muay Thai martial arts system, you know, does it start off with white belt, yellow belt, green belt, purple belt? How's that system go?
officially, between officially,
Mm.
the real deal on that is no, there's not.
Oh, okay.
But the Europeans, they like to discover where they are in life. So
Mhm.
they have started to create a ranking system from from a white these are called prasad, which traditionally um, they would go on your arm, but they would be blessed by the monks or given something as a gift from your parents or something special and oh God, what you would call it, a penny, something
Okay.
special that would go in, and they would wrap it on your arm. And traditionally, it would be in a cloth, and it would be in with special prayers that go in to protect the fighters. But they use these now from different schools, use it from white to black, all the way through in a grading system. The British Muay Thai Council came up with a good one that's pretty much used universal and stuff like that. Um, I still got issues with it because I'm stuck from the old school. Show me
Oh,
what you can do. Just because you can pass the test with me, don't mean you know what you're doing.
right, right.
Just because I give you a driver's license doesn't really mean you know how to drive.
Right, exactly, exactly. If I want to get into the violence for a little bit, yesterday there was 5 deaths and 3 different shootings in the city of Wilmington, Delaware. And I introduced you as a community activist because I know it's more than just martial arts to you. You involve in community activities, community involvement. So I want to ask you a conversation I had with the other gentleman. How do we stop the violence? I mean, or is there a solution? I mean, I don't know at this point because it's like it's just constant for years after years after years. People is continue to die, not just here in Wilmington, but in Philadelphia, Chicago. I mean, it's so many
Detroit,
different places. Yeah,
I
Detroit.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm from the murder capital of the country.
Wow.
And, and how can I say this where it's sad to say at one particular time most of the victims that was involved with these shootings were people that was involved with the lifestyle. It's a harsh reality of being a hoodlum is you know that one day you may not make it, and you take that responsibility and you make that choice. The problem came in when they didn't learn how to shoot each other. They started shooting everything up around them.
Yeah.
That's where we look at where now they just don't care what's in their way. Let's get them. My answer to that is what we did on Concord Avenue. Let's show them, not talk about it, because everybody wants to come in a three-piece suit, look pretty, smell like a French whore, and just be like, look at me, I'm wonderful. Now let me give you a lecture. And these kids look at you like, you ain't giving me no money. You ain't showing me how to live this everyday life.
Mhm.
You're not showing me anything that's going to be of value to me right now. And to earn respect is the only way we're going to change the community. Is when they start respecting guys like you and me who's going to go out in the battlefield, smack somebody in the mouth, say, hey, look, grow up, and then we have to start replacing it. Like, how are we going to really tell a kid that can make $120, $200 in an hour before school that working at McDonald's is better when he gets treated like shit?
Yeah.
It's hard. But
Yeah.
if we do it by showing respect, and that's how I started working with these young people, man, on Concord, is I showed up every day. We
Mhm.
showed them what hard work was. Yeah, it's going to take 16, 17 hours a day to deal with all this, man, to go get grants, to find funders, to be able to put programs in here, to keep their little butts out of trouble, man, to one day parents calling me up saying, can you talk to my son? Can you talk to my daughter? Can you come over here and intervene? They seen it. They wasn't just coming out, man, and being like, let me give you a lecture about being in Hollywood. This is like, look, man, this is real everyday. This is how we grind every day. And the other thing that we were able to do, and this is where some of the people and I in law enforcement talk about, these kids were actually able to see what it takes to have discipline. When I was training my adults at the gym, these
Right.
kids would sit back and watch because they think it's easy to punch each other in the face. Obviously, they don't know how to hit a target. But when they started seeing me working with my fighters and working with my adult students and seeing them struggle, make mistakes, get back up and do it again till they correct it, that's how they learn to see what discipline is on a regular basis. We don't want to do that. We want to come out and we want to show our pretty faces, talk about what the problem is, and we don't want to sit down and get dirty. And that's where I see the problem is. Nobody wants to get dirty. Everybody wants to have the. Bob Marley said it the best. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's bad. Yeah, we had with 5 people. I knew it was 4 the last time I counted, like yesterday. And nobody, it's like people are jumping up and saying, what can we do? If we sit inside our houses and act like cowards,
Mhm.
negativity is going to feed on it. If you start showing up and having unity and having good, healthy block parties, starting to socialize with the neighbors and start acting like you have like there's some community going on. Man, listen. The other thing that happened on Concord Avenue that no we don't talk a lot about, we didn't stop drug dealing from the corners.
Yeah.
What happened was the drug dealers started to understand what we were about and started respecting that mindset and was like, cool, let's leave it alone. We had 3 shootings over the 3 years right in front of our door. But the reality was we didn't have to worry about hustlers coming in and stealing us. We didn't have to worry about the addict coming in and trying to break in and steal stuff because they had a sense of respect for what we were doing. They would see we were bleeding with our knuckles. But if you put guys in there in a three-piece suit who may or may not hadn't gotten dirty to get that suit, these young people ain't gonna respect that. They be like, all you're doing is talking out of the side of the neck. Because we want to talk about the promised land. We just don't want to show these young people how to get to the promised land. And I need to say this because I made a comment yesterday on somebody. We need to stop praying and start taking up actions, because prayers without words is just a conversation that's going nowhere, and nobody wants to hear that. You know, they do all these events and nothing's getting done.
Okay, Paul, so we have a couple minutes remaining. Where do you teach classes at for those who are watching and want to join your classes?
I teach on Saturdays on Lancaster and Green Hill at Diamond Jiu-Jitsu. My kids' class started at 11. It's $40 a month for one day a month. We're looking at trying to do 2 nights a week in that class. And then I just started teaching on 7th and West. They have that open park. Okay. On Western Alliance owns it. I don't know who Western Alliance is, but okay. Me and the kids just started working out. And it's like, all right, tell us to get off if you don't like us. But we're there on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock. And you know, like today, we started with 1 and ended with 6 kids, and that's what we want to see.
Right. You're bringing something different in the community, yeah. You know, because it's fun to them, it's adventurous, and it keeps them out of trouble. What you got to do with the kids, get them involved in the activities, and then that's exactly what you're doing. So that's
and the other thing is, even though there's a lot of hustling going on in that community,
yeah,
they're going to respect the fact that we're trying to do something and not walking around with the big GQ mentality and being like, look, dude, this is what it's all about, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a few people, man, who are just soulless, but the majority of people don't, man. They know, man, this is sometimes the road that we choose, and we don't want our younger generation to go through that.
Right, exactly. Okay, Paul, so we've got 2 minutes remaining. I'm gonna let you say some closing words, and also how can people contact you? So anything you want to say about 2 or 3 minutes, it's all yours.
If you want to contact me, you can call me at 302-377-8238. That's on 24 hours a day. We can sit down and talk, and if you got kids or you want to learn, that's cool. And my goal with MAD isn't just about being here in Delaware. It's about going in, because we're also going to be working on helping other people get a mindset of helping others. That's really what it's all about for me. That's what people did for me, and that's what I want to do. We are a nonprofit. We are a 501c3. Okay. Most of the stuff that I do, I come out of pocket, and I'm the poorest person on the block. I'm the king of how they say it, economically challenged. But it's cool though, man. I mean, I get my rewards from my creator, you know, and so we still want to grow. I might be looking for a building. I don't know if I'm going to reopen or not. Another school at another center. I tried to work with the city, but I got fired because I don't. But that's another show. Showtime exclusive after I get done suing them for retaliation, firing, and not handling their business. They didn't expect somebody to open their mouth and defend themselves. And that's the other thing, and I'll say this in closing, that I want to teach our kids to do, is not to be bullied by anybody. One of the greatest gifts that Muay Thai, boxing, martial arts, recovery, and my creator has given me is I'm no punk. I sit there and smile, and you think I'm not going to say nothing, but look, God, you know, Muay Thai has taught me to defend myself, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. I know how to pick up that phone, call 1-800, get back at them.
Right. So, Paul, so you're a nonprofit. So, if someone want to send you some donations, how can they contact you in terms of sending some donations?
They can go ahead and call me. Our address is 217 West 6th Street. We just moved over here in the last couple of weeks. So now we're over in the Center City area, and we're like I said, we're taking it one step at a time. Okay. You can you can donate checks to New Horizons or Black Feather Academy, and we take it from there.
Okay. All right, Paul, it's a pleasure as always. This is how many times we interview you? About 100 times now.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see you, man. I mean, I admire your spirit about getting things done. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
definitely,
good
definitely.
thing.
This is fun. All right, so I'm quite sure we're going to do this again in the future. Okay, I guess I'll see you in the gym.
Yes, I'll probably see you tomorrow, man. All right,
Okay,
peace out.
okay, take care. All right.
All right,
Anyone else, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching. God
all right,
bless.
thank you.
Mhm.